Jati niti kula gotrandoragam Nama rupa guna doja varjitam Deja kala vijayati vartiyate Brahma tattamasi bhavayatmani Brahma tattamasi bhavayatmani. That which is beyond caste, creed, family, lineage, which is beyond name and form, merit and demerit, and which is beyond time, space, and object. That Brahman, thou you art. Please meditate on this in your mind.
Thank you, Neelakantan ji. Meditate in your mind on that. What a common man experiences in life. When I say common man, means almost everyone, except a jnani, or except the one who is almost jnani, or except the one who has no interest in what the mind is saying and doing. When our health is not good, people say, how do you feel? If you have a flu or a disease or some problem, how do you feel? And a ready-made answer is, I'm not feeling well. But as a Bhagwan's devotee, you can say, who is that who is not feeling well? Who is that? And if you contemplate, yes, a body can have a disease, pain, running nose, fever, a disease which is eating up the body. Maybe the body is not going to last too long. Anyway, no body is going to last too long, max 100 years. If you live 10, 20 years less or 30 years less, who cares? But the question is, most of the humanity takes body as me. So when the body has a disease, then how can I feel well? But it is not just saying that I am not feeling well. People feel unwell in their mood, their temperament. They feel as if the body is not right, they are not right. It affects their mind. I'm not talking about your actions through the body or mind. That definitely will affect if you are sick. But you can still be feeling well. You can still be touching your bliss all the time. You can still be in peace. The less you associate yourself with body-mind complex, more you are contented and peaceful. Disease of the body or disease of the mind. Mind is agitated. Mind is restless. And then you feel not okay. Because we use this term nowadays, are you okay? Everywhere you can see these posters and slogans, are you okay? I would say the question should be, who are you? If you ask the right question, then you can reach the right place in you, which is always okay. We ask from ego to ego, are you okay? And the honest answer should be, no, I'm not okay. Because how can you be okay at ego level? There must be something. So nobody is okay at ego. You have to change the place. External body stays the same. But internally, from where you operate, where you sit within, takes completely new identity. I is replaced by I, but still stays as I. Know this truth within you, how this transformation happens. This transcendence happens. How the Shiva unfolds from within you. When I say Shiva, I'm not talking about any godly identity. It is that pure in you. That is what Shiva means, purest of pure in you. That only manifests when from where we act, from that impurity, tainted by mind, we stop working from there. Then that which is actually real manifest. The beauty of this whole thing is that pure Shiva never replaces you. It never pushes you. It never wants to take your place. You have to give up your place. You have to empty. And it is just behind you. And it is the operator, destroyer, creator. It is the one who has created this veil of ignorance, and he is going to lift it up. You have to give up the space. You have to move out. But if you stay rigid and with ego, first thing, you will never know that. Whatever you do, technique is not important. Understanding is important. Remembering this is important. Contemplating on this is important. And then staying in that stillness is important. That Shiva is important. Give importance to that over and above yourself. Replace and stay empty. Give up that space to that to manifest. You just have to create that environment, and the one which is there is always there. You have to change your place. You cannot know that with your old identity. If you have to move higher, even in simple things in life, we have to get a new identity if we are moving. I remember once I was traveling and I had an economy ticket. And when I went and showed my boarding pass, the lady torn it into 4 pieces and gave me a new one. I said, what happened? She said, we have just upgraded you to business. I thought it was such a good gesture. And anyway, so I was given a new boarding pass. The old boarding pass doesn't work there. And I moved. So it was like a grace. So same grace works within. But you have to tear apart this old identity. With this identity, with this boarding pass, you cannot get the new higher consciousness, that infinite consciousness, that impersonal consciousness. You have to give up this boarding pass which is written with your name. The new boarding pass will be without any name, no name on it. There is no name, no thing, no person. So all our endeavors to get name, to get fame, to get money, to feed this body, to indulge, to pamper its sense organs, all has to go at once. How? Nobody can do that. That's why all these scriptures say don't lie, don't be greedy, don't be angry, don't be jealous. Who can, you finish list on one side, the list starts growing on the other side. You try to press these things and other things are popping up. How to just finish it? You just move out of it. Easiest way is to just move out. Don't try to fix ego, just finish it. If you understand, and if you understand rightly, it is a game only of matter of weeks or maybe months or maximum a year, because it is so easy. It is very easy. Only thing required is your understanding, right understanding, and second is your interest in doing it. So only two things are needed, and right understanding will come if you are interested and if you understand the truth, or if you contemplate on it. And then finishing ego definitely will happen if you are not interested in ego. If you're not interested in this body mind and you are interested in that pure absolute, then you will know that pure absolute. It cannot stay hidden, because you have defunct all what was going through this body mind in this world of activities and different things and all. You are bringing all energy to your heart. You know, there are three types of people live in human body. One live like animals. If you put a human being and animal, they behave exactly same. They enjoy sense organs, they enjoy sex, and they enjoy food and sleep. That's all. Food, sleep, and sex. Nothing else. Only animal instincts. These are the people you see in road rage, or thrashing, or killing, or raping, or murdering, or saying whatever comes to their mind. They just keep saying those things. No pause. Animal instinct. Then comes the second type of most of the people work from their head, mind, smart, achievers. And then this journey in a spiritual person moves to your heart. You start working from intuitiveness. You come into the zone of unknown without fear. Unknown and without fear, two things comes together in a seeker. No planning, unplanned, uncharted territory, unknown, and yet fearless. Fearless, why fearless? Because it has surrendered its own planning completely, and it has full faith on absolute. So you become fearless. There is no personal agenda in it. So there is no planning. Unknown, unplanned, fearless, intuitive. The moment you become that, you touch your own bliss. Now you can play the way you want, but you don't want. So Jnani has full free will, which he never exercises. An egoistic person has no free will and he thinks he is exercising it all the time. This is the paradox. Every egoistic person feels that he can do what he wants, while he's not doing anything what he wants. He's doing what the mind wants. He is in the cage of mind. We should have compassion for a person in a mind cage, while Jnani is free from that mind cage. And he can do what he wants, but there is no wants left. He is intentionless, so he doesn't do anything. And the one who wants everything does not have the power. He only thinks he has the power. He is slave of his mind. Egoistic person is slave of his mind, but thinks he can do things. While Jnani is free from the mind and he is that infinite where everything can manifest from unknown or from nothing, but he has no interest. You know why? Because everything is coming from him only. Nothing is separate. Nothing is without it. When everything is you, then what do you want? Actually, this is not even a journey. It is just change of perception from where you act. And it's all within us. Ego is within us, and Shiva is within us, and grace is within us. I'll give you another secret. Whenever you feel you are not well, you're not feeling well, your mood is not good, you're annoyed, you're unhappy. Whenever you feel like that, always go within. See who is unhappy and why. Who is that who is unhappy within me and why? If the answer is in your thoughts and your emotions and your feelings, then just disown all of them, because they are all coming only up to the level of ego. They don't even know who you are. You don't know who you are. How do they know? But one thing I will tell you, just know, if any of these things are agitating you, making you unhappy, sad, that means you have not left this egoistic place. You have still invested something there and you are staying there. Maybe your one leg is on the other side, but still you are there. Mind belongs to this world. feelings, emotions belong to this word. Body belongs to this word. And this whole word belongs to the mind. And who are you? You are none of them. You are beyond mind, beyond word, beyond speech. Even Jnani cannot explain. Because the moment you start explaining that, you fell short of words because it is beyond speech. Then you will say, oh, it is happiness. I am feeling happy. I feel happiness without any reason. Maybe that is what it is. But then people will compare with maybe a cake or ice cream. That makes me happy. So it is like that happiness. Then you can say, no, it is not that happiness. When you get a piece of cake, it is without anything. Like maybe a mad person, happy without any reason. Then you will think, yeah, maybe it's a craziness. A person is a bit crazy. A lot of people, spiritual people, land up into psychiatric wards. Because the reason is that energy comes so fast that disrupts the normal behavior, and usual word will take them as mad. But then what else is this? It is something which stops all your activities within. Where all the pleasure which we were getting from activities stop. Like you are free from action, free from karma, free from responsibilities. It is like if you are dreaming, and in the dream it is a dream, and you had a family of 5 kids and you have to take care of all the 5 kids, prepare their food, go for a job. The moment it is a dream, would you still be worried of those kids in the dream? What would you say? Oh, no, I know it is a dream, but no, I have to take care. So I will continue to watch this dream. The dream continues, but you know the truth. Body will still do what it has to do. A thought might still come and will help the body to do a task. But thoughts which were coming and talking to you, this self-talk, you were the reference point of all those thoughts. Now they don't have anyone to talk. This talking which continues, it looks like there are 2 people in us. One is the mind producing thoughts and another receiver who talks. And the thought says, no, this is not the right. Then you say, oh, can I do this? And then you say, yeah, let's do this. It looks like you're talking to another person in the body. So these 2 people in your body, they both disappear at the same time. The one which is producing thoughts and the one who is receiving thoughts. It is only in the domain of mind this game is played. But they both disappear together. They disappear because of grace, because of kripa, because of your interest in the higher self. Some religions or some sects and some methods, I don't want to name them, but they all think that this mind is that self when it is pure. Look, you can use any term, but don't degrade that Shiva to mind. As if that Shiva was impure and you are cleaning it, and when it becomes pure, then you say, now it is Shiva. It's not that. Shiva is always untainted. That pure self is always untainted, uninvolved. It is different locus, different location. It is not the same. That is the reason why I always say no need to clean or impure your mind, just leave it. It is like you are putting your hands in a garbage bin to fix it. Just leave it. Then people can say that, what about my life? I have done this wrong and that wrong, and this has happened to me, and this is what I've been taught, and all this story. But that story is of the mind and body, which unnecessarily you're calling your own story. Even when that story was going on, you in your purity were just an observer. Now just recede, abide in your heart. As that pure Shiva, Sadashiva, uninvolved in all the traffic of the world. Unconcerned about the body and body's needs. You give up all pestering of the body and mind and the world. This is the first time that you will realize that this is what I was looking for. We do so many different educational activities, different businesses, different jobs, change friends, change spouse, change environment, visit places, looking for something. When you look this, when you get this, all activities cease at the same time. End of all searches. End of everything. Maya, you want to ask something? Please unmute yourself.
Hi Sanjay.
Hello, namaskar, hello.
Namaskar. Welcome to my home. And
Beautiful.
Sanjay, every morning I promise myself to practice silence. By silence I mean I will not offer any my own opinion, my own views until and unless somebody asks me my view, I'll keep it short. Now, when I don't speak, I see people talking nonstop. And when they repeat the things, it starts irritating me because I'm keeping quiet. Now they've taken that opportunity to speak more. And when I come home, I review my day, and all my activities are body and mind related. Even if I'm quiet, my mind is saying things like, these people don't even have a comma in their sentence, forget about a full stop. But I see my ego in that talk, in my mind talk. It's my mind saying. I do not find the silence in me at this stage. Am I doing it right way?
There's no right or wrong way. Your interest is most important, and realizing and telling me this truth in such a honestly and so much of humbleness, that is a proof in itself, that the things are moving towards the self. So what happens is, even if you ask any Jnani, keep Bhagwan aside, because Bhagwan, I don't know how he did what he did. For a few years, he just kept quiet, Who can get that much of grace from Shiva? Here you are dealing with people all the time. Even if you keep quiet, there are people around you. But this refinement also takes time, to settle into that purity. Without naming those very, very prominent enlightened beings, I don't want to name those people, but they have said the same thing, that when we found this newfound energy, it was irritating how these people were talking about stupid things as if they are drunk. And so the mind was taking those enlightened beings into that domain of, you can call, as you are saying, ego, where you're not liking those things. But that's okay. That's just part of that cleansing. And don't hate things, but yes, those types of talks are annoying and you don't like them. And so the mind can pick up a thought against people or those talks. I would say better if the mind picks up against those talks, but not against people. So the love and respect for people stay. And as I was saying, we should have compassion for those people, because they are complete ignorant fools. They have no clue. Now, if you behave like that, then you cannot be pardoned, because you know the truth. You have some idea. If you behave like them, then you should be punished, not them, because they are just ignorant. You know the truth. So the one who is drunk, if he's behaving like a drunk, that's okay. But if you are not drunk, then yeah. So if you don't like those things, that's the way. Yeah, you should not like those things, those talks. If you're still liking them, it's not affecting you, then I think it's hard. But there will be time when that affecting you also will disappear. But it's just a process. Believe in the process. Believe in your heart. Then your love for those people will be so much that even if they behave, because it's just like a childish behavior, though I should not call it childish, it's egoistic behavior. Actually, child behavior is more innocent, but egoistic behavior is beyond repair. So I would say you just ignore, ignore.
Like today, I said, this person kept on talking, and I said, look, I already agreed with you. Why are you repeating now? Even when you agree, they repeat the same thing. Then I realized maybe they are just seeking attention. It has to come off their chest. It's work related, but I can't tell them don't talk anymore. But it just like what has to be said can be said in short words. Don't have to go on and like a tape recorder. It irritates me quite a lot, and I can't show it.
When it irritates, just come home at your altar, just bow down, give up all your irritation there, dissolve, let it go away. Don't accept in, just keep it outside. Don't take it in.
Okay.
Irritation and all the feelings and all this are very, very superficial. They don't even touch. They don't even have a clue about what we are. So it is practice. I will tell you, it is nothing but practice. There are very rare people who, like a switch, they turn around and all done and dusted. But most of us, it takes time. It's a process. And I think it is good that it's a slow process, because then it gives you that wisdom, that maturity, and you don't end up in psych wards, because if the sudden gush of energy can create all big changes in your psyche, better it comes slow. But my suggestion is still love those people, and if your mind doesn't love, then send some loving prayers to them. The person who hates you most or your mind dislikes most, you should send more loving prayers to those people in your silence. But don't call them and say, look, I've sent loving prayers to you. No need. Just send. And that way you just equate. You will gain more than them. They will also gain, because prayers are coming from a pure soul. Their mindset will change. They might come back to you. They might feel more peace with you. But it will help you also. Because spreading love, silent love, is very, very powerful. Because understand that self, what you are, is the substrata of everything. Seen, unseen, this word, another word, wherever. If you give intention of that pure intention in that self, it just goes. You don't need any phone line or anything. It just goes. It knows. That is the reason so many times we see people and we love. Just love comes. In satsangs, when we do retreats, there is so much of love. It becomes a family. It becomes, that is why face-to-face has more power in that sense. You just sit and it just seeps into everyone, Same is here, even though there is a distance, online satsang, still that power can be felt when our intentions are pure. So Mayaji, it is work in progress. Keep, as Bhagavan said, keep quiet. And but yes, I know, keep quiet from mouth, but it keeps coming in your mind. That's the whole thing we have to win. So it should be okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. David Kazuruni is sending some pictures. He has mentioned Bhagavan is so similar to Shiva. Yeah, he picked up a nice picture. Bhagwan was called as Dakshina Murti. You will not believe that even before I heard about Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, many years ago, I'll tell you my story. I was in Bangalore. There is a center of yoga there, S. Vyasa, and I was doing a yoga course there. So there was this female yoga course teacher, and she heard that I'm a doctor. She wanted some advice. Whatever advice I gave her, she wanted to give me some money or I don't know, some gift. I said, no, it's just I'm attending the course. So she said, I want to give you a gift. Give me your email ID. And I gave her email ID. She gave me a book on Bhagwan Sri Ramana Maharshi, written by her father-in-law in Telugu and English. So she was Telugu speaking. I don't remember exactly what part of Andhra, but that was the first book I received on Bhagwan. And I have no clue what this book is, who is Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, why she gave it to me. And I didn't even open. I found there was something she sent me, a soft copy. She said, this book is not even published. It's going to get published soon, but I'm just giving you a copy. And then next day, there was an old 86 years old man from Allahabad who was living in Vyasa. I don't know, at lunchtime he said, you should go to Ramana Ashram. And I could not correlate that book and Ramana Ashram. And then the third person told me on the same day in evening that, have you been to Tirunamalai? And again, I could not correlate. I said, no, I don't know. So within a span of 48 hours, 3 different people told me about the same place in different ways. And in that book, I'm telling you about that book because in that book, that man has given examples and examples why Bhagwan is Shiva, why Bhagwan is Dakshina Murti. Dakshina Murti means the person who is facing towards south. And when we learn, we gain, we look towards north, we sit towards facing the north. But a Jnani or the Guru, he sits facing south. Devotees sit facing north. And he gives all the Jnana, knowledge. That is Dakshinamurti, who gave knowledge in silence. People who have been to Ramana Ashram, they can tell in which direction Bhagwan used to sit. Because that meditation hall is still there, and where Bhagwan used to sit is still there. But it is the same energy, That's why I like this mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Arunachal Ramanaya, because Arunachal and Ramana is the same. Shiva and self is the same. Whatever Shiva is in Bhagwan, same is in us. How can it be different? It cannot be different or inferior or superior, or it is the same. Whoever knows it will know the same one. Not that if you are in Tirunamalai, your Shiva will be different from someone living in UK. It is the same. Let's pray that all who wants to know that Shiva manifested all of them. It should manifest in all of us who wants to know it. Let's do a humble prayer for everyone. Not in this satsang, but every satsang, everywhere, every word. past, present, and future, that whoever wants to know that, it should manifest in that person in its full glory. So no doubt is left, and no trace of ego is left. So only the purest of pure is left. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Arunachal Ramanaya Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.